We have a couple of new top 10s as we find out if Golden can defeat Taylor Swift. Welcome back to another week of our little countdown show, where we're figuring out if Taylor Swift, Golden, or who's gonna be at number one. But guess what? We do got some new entries this week you're gonna wanna check out, and we might have predicted them in our contenders. So let's run it down. This is the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 for the week dated November 1st. Leon Thomas hits the top 10 with Mutt.
I think Mutt definitely resonated with the culture so much because it has a lot of essence of P-Funk, Bootsy Collins. I feel like post-pandemic, everybody got into their little toxic energy, so it's like perfectly toxic.
She said, take your time, what's the rush?
Morgan is back with I Got Better.
I got better since you got gone.
Olivia Dean arrives with Man I Need.
I gotta know you're meant to be the man I need.
I feel like this is a really interesting top 10 because some of our contenders have finally made their way in. Let's start with Leon Thomas and Mutt. How you guys feeling about his top 10 debut?
Oh wow, I'm so excited. As a Nickelodeon kid, this is a really big moment for me, to be able to see Leon Thomas and to see the way that he's been, building his craft ever since he picked up that guitar on Naked Brothers Band back in the day, to see how he's been able to craft his sound, to see it be celebrated in this way. I'm super, super proud and so excited that we're getting to see it crack the top 10.
Also, it's like exciting because he has been around for years, not just like on Victorious and on Nickelodeon, but like he was producing and writing songs for Drake and Ariana Grande and SZA's Snooze. Like he's been writing songs for a while, but it's exciting to see him actually have a song of his own in the top 10 for the first time. So big moment for him.
And the song's been around for a long time too. That song came out in August 2024. So here we are, more than a year later. There's a lot of weeks in there where it felt like it might have a chance, it was getting up there in the 12, 13 kind of range, and then some album drop would happen or some song would explode, and there was always something that kept it out of the top 10. But finally, with Taylor Swift, you thought, oh man, if he doesn't get it by now, it might not ever happen. But luckily, to get to that top 10 this week is just a testament to a song that really a lot of people have connected to over the past year, has grown, steadily and just got a bigger and bigger audience, and now he's got the rewards for it.
Yeah, I'm really proud of him as well. Billboard has been on the pulse. We awarded him at our Billboard Hip Hop R&B Power Players event. Take a look.
This has been 22 years in the making, and a lot of my talks with God got me here. It's a big part of my journey, and I couldn't start this thank you without, thanking God first. So that's first and foremost, all right? And, on this journey, it's amazing to come here at this moment and to be on the other side of this glass ceiling, but it took a lot to break through all of the adversity, and the machine behind me is such an important piece. I'm getting the message out there. R&B still matters, and I appreciate y'all so much, for real. Shout out to my mama, she's here right now too, I can't see her. But she got me my first ever studio session, and to this day, I'm rocking mics, and I really appreciate y'all so much for the love. It means everything to me.
Congrats again to Leon. Now, another person that's back in the top 10 is Morgan Wallen. I will say, I was not expecting to see him join the top 10 in the midst of all this Taylor craziness. So how was it to see Morgan back?
I don't know. I feel like Morgan's not going anywhere. He's always around with something. Like, obviously the song was in the top 10 when it debuted, when he dropped that album months ago, but there's always another single from this album. So, it was bound to be, what's this, the fourth single or something like that? It's
sixth?
The sixth single maybe?
I'm losing track.
There's always, there's always a Morgan song that's climbing up the chart, so I guess this is the next one.
And we had the same thing with Tate McRae, What I Want. That was a song that obviously debuted at number 1, held around in the top 5, top 10, even though it felt like there wasn't a lot of promo efforts or anything necessarily behind it. Morgan's one of those guys that can just drop a song. He doesn't need to go on late night. He doesn't need to, be on social media promoting it. This song can just, ride its wave. Obviously, it finds a big audience at country radio and some crossover radio, and it's one of those things where, Morgan can just throw it out, walk away, and it's going to find its way to the top 10.
Well, somebody that didn't just throw their song out, it's definitely been growing, Olivia Dean. And I gotta say, guys, I'll be honest with you, I had not heard the song until you guys started talking about it on Contenders. And now I've heard you guys talk about it a few times, so to see it hit the top 10, you guys knew what was going on.
Tetris, you not on TikTok?
I guess not, because I had never heard this song before.
Just open the clock app and you were bound to find it in 3
Facts.
swipes. Like maybe you heard it and you didn't know you were hearing it. Maybe that's what it was.
I'm always gonna clock Olivia Dean. Yes, I am reporting live here from the Olivia Dean stand-up. I don't care. I don't know what could we be called, like Rays of Sunshine? I'm not sure, but that's really what her voice gives. You like that.
Wait, the
like
fan art is
Rays.
called Rays of Sunshine?
No, I
Rays
said
of
it
Sunshine?
could be.
Oh.
I'm just trying to give
Beanie Babies?
something.
Right,
Something
right.
like that,
Usually
like-
it's a little more truncated, but
Yeah.
okay.
Listen
we're,
here.
We're workshopping. She's, on the rise.
Like I said, I've been here and I will stay here, okay? I mean, it's great to see this song hit this moment. I think we've all been kind of waiting for it. I know Xander has also been on this wave. I've been on this wave. Trevor?
I have been on this one. Don't do me like that.
Okay, I just had to.
We all have.
Listen, I'm just saying. I wanted to let you speak for yourself because you know how you get sometimes. So we're happy to get here. This song is just like, it literally does feel like joy. I think it is exactly what we want to see in something like a top 10. I think it has really strong lasting potential here, and I'm excited to see maybe what else emerges from the track list from the Art of Loving that will start to creep its way up as well.
Yeah, and she's gotten like so many great looks over the past few weeks. Like obviously this was huge on TikTok, but she's opening for Sabrina Carpenter on her tour, so she's getting a lot of great looks from there. She's gonna be playing SNL, I think this Saturday or maybe the week after, but she's everywhere at the moment, and it's exciting to see. Like there are 2 other tracks from the album that are charting a little lower on the chart this week, but I think that's all because of Man I Need. A lot of people were introduced to Olivia Dean from this song, but now they're seeing all her other catalog hits and they're rising.
Well, listen, now I gotta check out the Sabrina Carpenter show and get a little bit of our girl Olivia. But we got more chart to get into, so let's jump in to numbers 7 through 4. Bieber is back at number 7.
Counting the days, how many days till I can see you again?
Have you heard the song Daisies?
Yeah, I heard his new album. I'm kind of impressed by it, just because like all the stuff that he was going through in his past, with people always stalking him, especially him as a father and raising his own kid.
The way you got me all in my head.
Honestly, I think that him coming out with that new album made him feel like a punk. And honestly, he kind of turned up. I'm not gonna lie, more than Kendrick, bro.
Yo, what? That's crazy. You literally just stopped running with just bars.
You got me all in my, you got me all in my head.
While Father Figure is steady at 6.
I'll be your father figure. I drink that brown liquor.
I think the most unhinged lyric right there was the, my bigger.
Do you have an opinion about like the censored or uncensored version? My check's bigger, my bigger.
I'm sure they played that for the movie, the check's bigger,
Yeah.
for the kids. But listening to it on the CD, it's like, okay, I'm gonna sing that out loud.
I can make deals with the devil because my dick's bigger.
As is Elizabeth Taylor at 5.
Elizabeth Taylor, tell me for real. Do you think it's for real?
Life of a Showgirl, have you heard it? Any vibe?
I have heard it. I think the day it came out, we played it because, we Swifties.
Okay,
we,
respect.
We love her. Talent is talent. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to deny good talent.
That's true.
And the girl's talented.
She's gained the respect that she's always deserved as a songwriter.
And I can't have fun if I can't have.
Opalite falls from 2 to 4.
Now the sky is opalite.
People wanted like a glitter pen, like very girly poppy song, and it really encapsulates that.
You were in it for real. She was in her phone.
From one showgirl to another.
I was going to say, I was
Right?
like, the connection is there.
Yeah, I listened to it getting ready tonight, so I'm channeling.
And I can bring you
All right, let's go back into it, guys. Justin Bieber coming back with Daisies. How are we feeling about Bieber back on the top 10?
Feel great. I love this song. I feel like it's been sticking around for months now, and I don't know. He has Coachella coming up next year. Maybe we'll be talking about this in the spring too. Team Bieber here.
I'm just happy he's back where he belongs. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I think with Bieber, it kind of is like a Morgan Wallen-ish thing to me because obviously the album came out, the song was big, and we haven't really seen Bieber do anything since. Like, he's not, been out there with the video, he's not been, promoting or performing anywhere. So the fact that this song has been riding this wave, just goes to show how much of a people's champ it is. And I think, obviously with Coachella coming in April, which It's still 5 months away. We'll see if that, leads to any sort of bigger initiatives. But the fact that he's coasting on the top 10, just kind of on autopilot, like, that's
well, see, Trevor, you say
that.
he hasn't been promoting, but I'll say this. I don't listen to a lot of Bieber's music, but that man is all over my timeline. They're like, oh, he shaved his beard. Oh, he's at this. He's doing this. So I see so much Justin Bieber. I'm like, it makes sense that he's on the chart, but it's not. It's mostly personal life.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a lot of personal stuff. Obviously with UConn, we saw like more sound clips and the TikTok kind of remix that was going around for that. Daisies feels like it's just been, just like chilling. It's not a bad thing. I mean, it's just great, but it's just amazing that, he can find this top 10 week in, week out, just on this sort of autopilot kind of run. I mean, I think that just goes to show how much people really miss Justin Bieber and how much they're really fucking with this song.
And I mean, it's Justin Bieber. We're always going to be tuned in. And I think that may be why we're getting this approach. He spent so much of his life building the world of Justin Bieber, and now he's just existing. I mean, we're seeing him on Twitch. He's streaming his process as he's beginning to prepare for Coachella and really experience this album. So it's actually quite refreshing to see his personal life and not the tabloids or the manicured aspects of Justin Bieber. And I think maybe that is also why Daisies is just floating to the top, because it's real and organic in a way that we don't often see Justin Bieber.
And then I must say, I don't see a lot of New Yorkers make their way over, but Delisa, I feel like Coachella, you're gonna be there, right?
Oh, baby, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there with my little wispy bang. I'm gonna be there with my white jacket, my purple hoodie. I'm gonna be front and center with a mic, ready to go.
Okay, I will go to Justin Bieber with you because I want to watch you. That's gonna be amazing. And of course, we gotta talk about Taylor Swift. I mean, she is still dominating, I feel like more than usual, with a lot of her songs staying in the top 10 after the week of the album release. So seeing songs like Father Figure and Opalite still hanging in there, how is that?
Yeah, I mean, here we are in week 3 of Taylor's album, and like we still see so many of the songs still in the top 10. And obviously, we're starting to get some new, new songs in there, like Leon Thomas and Olivia Dean. But Taylor Swift is still Taylor Swift. There's a huge demand for her music and her songs, and obviously, the Fate of Ophelia and Opalite are the ones that are breaking away and enormous. But some of the smaller songs from the album too, like Father Figure, are still hanging around in the top 10, and it shows that there's still a demand for all of her songs.
And I will say, I've seen a lot online about Opalite having these crazy Spotify streams and people wanting to do TikToks and making that the song. But it's interesting that it was one that fell this week on the chart.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's sort of a natural erosion. Obviously, when you start as big as Taylor Swift does, everyone jumps on that first week. Everyone wants to see, how good the album is. Everyone's talking about it. Pretty much every song is going to drop in streams. I mean, that's just a natural sort of case that, unless something goes extra viral, you get an In My Feelings kind of thing with Drake where it just blows the song up to a new level. You'll see the streams start to come down, but obviously there's no radio really for Opalite or Father Figure, so those songs are hanging in the top 10 pretty much just on streams alone. So that just goes to show just how big the appetite for Taylor Swift is. And 3 weeks out, Tetris, like you mentioned, is pretty rare to see the non-singles hang on to this kind of level. So that just shows you once again that people are really interested in those particular songs. They're going, not necessarily streaming the whole album front to back like they used to, but really finding out their favorites. And I mean, a Taylor Swift favorite is going to be a lot of people's favorites. So those streams are just going to be in the millions and millions probably for several weeks to come.
We got to bring Danielle back though, because she would be really upset that Wood is not in the top 10.
Oh, I know.
That's true.
You keep streaming. What you want me to,
It's still charting, though. I think that's still top 20. So, it's not gone entirely. I'm sure we haven't seen the last of it.
Watch Travis Kelce have a good game. That one's going to rise to the
True.
top.
Yeah.
You're right, Delisa. Let's toss it to the top 3. Ordinary is up to number 3.
Ordinary, I want you laying me down to the dead and bad.
What makes me love Ordinary is just how beautiful it is, and especially because I've known Alex Warren since the Hype House phase. I just think it's beautiful because it's about his love, his story, about his wife and him.
Of the ordinary, I want you laying me down to a dead and buried.
And Golden rises to number 2.
She knows she wants to hear it. It's a mood picker-upper, I feel like.
It is, and it is definitely a breakfast going to school. My son is closing his ears.
So keeping a third week at number 1 is Taylor Swift with the Fate of Ophelia.
Save my heart from the fate of Ophelia.
Yeah, I really like that one, and I like the music video as well. I think it has good vibes, the regular Taylor good vibes.
I swore my loyalty to me, myself, and I.
Do you know the TikTok dance?
I know the part. I know like the vibes.
It's a bop.
Iconic.
It's a bop.
And the music video was what?
It was amazing. It was amazing. One of her best.
When you like that, that's the part that I know.
They teach you it here.
The land, the sea, the sky, pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes.
I feel like if we had asked fans if they thought Alex Warren would make it back to the top 3 after the Taylor Swift craziness, they might have said no, but Alex is holding on.
I am not surprised by this in the absolute bit. I think this song, as much as we've been talking about it over the past several months, I don't think it's going anywhere. I think the world around Alex Warren is just building, and I think the fact that this is the first entry point and it's the biggest, the loudest entry point to an artist like of his caliber and creating the music that he makes, I think it shows a true space in the market that Alex Warren really occupies, and that I think that a lot of people are gravitating towards. And I'm not surprised by this. I think we're going to start to see actually more Alex Warren-esque dupes, maybe, trying to create in this lane, because it is a different breath that we've seen, especially in the top 10.
I completely agree. I feel like this is a song that it kind of reminds me of Louis Capaldi or an Ed Sheeran type of music, where it really blends into the radio, and it's not really, it might not, blow your socks off or anything, but it just kind of blends in on various different radio formats. It's easy to fit into a playlist, and fans are flocking to it, and that's why it's sticking around. I think I'm sure this will be a song that we're talking about for a long time, even after this.
That adult contemporary kind of sweet spot, like you said, is the thing we've seen with Teddy Swims. I mean, Die With a Smile. Some of these songs that are just sort of wholly agreeable pop. I mean, there's nothing that you can really point to and say I don't like this song. Is too. It just fits right in everybody's sweet spot. Fits on any kind of playlist. Radio has been a huge driver of these songs. So the fact that it does cross over to several formats. I mean, yeah, we just Lose Control lost off the chart a couple weeks ago. R.I.P. to Teddy Swims after 2 years. I mean,
miss you, brother.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, yeah, but this could be one of those songs that here we are in November 2025, November 26. Don't be surprised if we're still sitting here a year older saying, "Damn, Ordinary's still hanging in the top 10."
It definitely could happen. And one song I know fans definitely want to hang out in the top 10 forever is Golden. Golden back up to number 2 on the Hot 100.
I'm so happy. I know that last week EJ had a huge signing. What was it, to UTA? Was that correct?
Yeah.
I think this moment is truly so special. I was talking to one of a Billboard staffer who has been a K-pop stan for almost 15 years now, and the pride that she exhibits when she's talking about K-pop Demon Hunters, I think it really is such a special moment.
We don't want to say no names?
What? Oh, Amina. Sorry.
I mean,
sorry.
I was like...
Sorry, I was like, wait, who?
is the
I said
secret
EJ.
staffer?
Oh, right. Sorry.
No, I was going to say anonymous Billboard staffer. Show yourself.
We keep it tight around here. Well, I know we gabbing them gams, but we keep it tight around here. But it's been great to see this, and I feel like I haven't even seen the movie. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Wow.
I know,
it's only 90 minutes, bro.
I understand.
Even better in context.
I understand, but I don't even need to, because it's that good. I'll get to that point.
Soon.
Y'all know how it is.
Oh, she's the Thanksgiving break, okay.
Right,
Yeah. We got a while.
And I will say, I do want to ask you guys a couple questions about Golden specifically. How are we feeling about a lot of the Grammy nomination conversation, a lot of the Oscar conversation, with an album like this being nominated maybe for Album of the Year against, Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah, I feel like the awards conversation for this song is going to be just a big narrative going into the fall and the spring. Certainly, the Oscars probably got to be the one that Netflix and everybody are most looking at. Just this big prestigious award that we've seen a lot of pop stars really go after in the past couple of years. You saw Adele get it, you saw Billie Eilish get it twice. We've seen Beyonce get nominated. That's a thing that really, people are trying to check off their bucket list. So I think with Netflix having this, and especially on the Academy side, to have an option for a K-pop song to show how forward they are, how, it's not one of these sort of big ballads that you feel like is an Oscar-y type. We had the possibility a couple years ago with We Don't Talk About Bruno when they didn't actually nominate it, and then everyone was like, oh my God, like that was the song in the moment. That would have been a slam dunk for Encanto, so it's kind of a way to maybe make up for that miss. But I think with the Grammy conversation, with the Oscar conversation, it's a win-win for every party. And I said it last week, I'm gonna say it again. Get them to perform. If you got, the Saja Boys and Huntrix, and if they had multiple nominations, like on the Oscar stage as an opening, that would go crazy. Like, would that not go crazy?
Great television.
Like,
yeah,
I mean, the ratings would be off the roof. Like, probably what the song is gonna win. So the stands are gonna be, all over that. That is just like, if you're a producer, you got to make that happen. That is a layup, like of the easiest proportions.
No, I'm excited. They're gonna actually be performing at the Jingle Ball in LA. And that's their first ever live performance in front of a crowd. So definitely gonna be there checking out Huntrix. And I will say, as far as the Grammy conversation is concerned, I think it's a little interesting because a lot of people thought if ever there was a first K-pop Grammy winning song, it would be from BTS.
They certainly would have earned it because obviously they were groundbreaking in so many different ways years ago, and obviously they've been on a bit of a hiatus for a few years, but they were amazing, and the fact that they didn't maybe get their due at the Grammys means this could be an opportunity for the Academy to maybe rectify it and nominate the Saja Boys or Huntrix and the K-pop Demon Hunters, so we'll just have to see.
We shall see. Also, BTS back next year. And before we get out of here, Taylor Swift, #1, third week, The Fate of Ophelia. So I want to start this with predictions. How many weeks do we think The Fate of Ophelia is going to be at #1?
I'm gonna say 8.
8?
Is that too low?
I'm gonna go a little lower, actually. I'm gonna say it'll be for 5 because I think we're getting into the holiday season pretty soon. I think Mariah Carey, she's gonna come back, obviously, no one can compete. And then, I don't know, we'll see what happens if people are still interested in January. Maybe she'll, by that point, have moved on to Opalite and as the next single. So I'm going with, 5.
I kind of want to say 6. I was going to say 5, but then Xander said 5, so I can't say 5. I mean, we are 6 weeks away from holiday charts, so there is a lot of run room. But we are 6 weeks away from the holiday chart, so it's a lot of runway still. But, the numbers for Golden and Fate of Ophelia are starting to get a little closer than I think people might have thought at this point. I think the big wild card with Taylor is usually, are there more remixes on the way? Are there different adaptations, alternate variations? We know her fan base appreciates that. Sure. They will swallow those up. And so we saw, with Anti-Hero back in 2022, when it started to get a little close to some of the songs, there were new remixes and things out there. So I wonder, this week, next week, if the numbers for Golden are starting to get a little close. They're pretty much neck and neck on radio this week. Maybe Taylor starts to, get together something to extend her run at #1. So I think, obviously I think she'd want to be there as long as she can. I'm thinking, we're 3 weeks in. I'll double it, say 6. And
I love that Delisa was the highest with 8. I think my delusion is even higher because I do think we're going to get in the double digits. I feel like we're going to get into Anti-Hero space, but that's only because I don't think there's a bunch of competition in the top 10 right now. But, we got the rest of the year. We'll see who's coming.
Now, we talking double digits, Tetris. You don't want me to say this, but that's getting close to MC time. Are we about to have your favorites, duke it out again?
I feel like that's gonna be my stress for the entire month of December, so we'll see what's going on.
Prayers to you.
Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out and talking every week with our Hot 100 charts. Appreciate you always, and I'll see you again next Tuesday. If you want more Billboard, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified on all our latest videos.